It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. The Timberwolves have been staying very focused in this last stretch. They have been a team on a mission this season. Best record in the NBA. We're getting deep into the schedule now, and they continue playing dominant basketball. And the Orlando Magic tried to make a push for the playoffs last season. They brought in some veteran talent to try and move the needle. Needless to say, guys, didn't quite work.
Ernie, this is where I live.
The crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Charlotte Hornets.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
And before we...
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's a pretty tall order. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Clark, I know that coaches have specific things they're looking to see this early in the season from their team.
Yeah, I think you want to see players figuring out how to make the most of their talents. You want to help them figure out how best to plug into what their teammates are doing and who they are as individual players. And then you also want to see your team find ways to assert their will on the game, either offensively with pace or defensively with aggression.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk. Good talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound. Pounds with the creativity and explosiveness.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Payton against Jones. Here's Towns. It's hauled in by the Magic. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And that's one of those games where I just felt the attitude going in was wrong. I think they believed what was being said about them in the press, and that was a game that they just couldn't win.
I'm going to disagree with you here. I don't think it was about lacking confidence in themselves. I just think the talent difference between the teams was too much for them to overcome.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Pass to Isaac. There's the dish to Gordon. And stolen by Butler. Oh, and here we go with Gibson. Nobody back over Gordon. Minnesota working now with a new shot clock. And Wiggins able to finish.
Terrific pick by Wiggins. Then kicks it ahead, turning defense into offense.
Now Payton. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
To the inside. Towns, no luck.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. In the corner, it's Gordon. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
Boy, I like the confidence here. Gordon is excellent at realizing when he has room to shoot, even before he has the ball. That's what we call seeing a play ahead.
And Gibson kicks to Towns. Gibson up top, defended by Gordon. Towns dishes to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yes, he did. Having a big who can locate the open man the way Towns does puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
The Magic trail by 3. Payton passes to Vucevic. Back to Payton. From 13. That shot, no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
Pass to Isaac. Shot clock at 6. Magic moving the ball around. Orlando gets it back.
Boy, awful defending, really. But in the end, they dodged a bullet. They can't let shooters get clean looks from outside.
Jones for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Town. Jones has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Magic trail by 8. Payton outside. Dishes it to Fournier. Looking to end the run. And the rejection by Towns. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. No one near Payton as he lets it go.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
I like the way they've kept them shooting jump shots. No coincidence to find them in the lead.
Back to Jones. Pass to Towns, and stolen by Gordon. Here's Isaac. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The shot's good from Fournier.
And quite honestly, Fournier just has a good basketball IQ, a high basketball IQ. Knowing even before he gets the pass that he's got time and space to shoot.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
They're getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella, and he shoots it with confidence.
Here's Butler, left side Gibson. Butler kicks to Towns. Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic, who's back up, and it's good on the layup. Vucevic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, the hustle by Vucevic, I mean, showing real commitment and investment on the glass and finding ways to come up with second chance opportunities for his team. That's very impressive.
Butler with the ball, now guarded by Vucevic. Right side Gibson, shoots over Fournier, and it falls over the rim and in. Gibson's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
Here's Gordon, and again it's Orlando converting. Timberwolves leading by 6. Now here's Jones. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Towns up top. Clock at 6. Wiggins outside. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. From 17 feet out. No good from Gibson.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Isaac, covered by Wiggins, and the basket by Isaac.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Feeds to Wiggins. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Left side, Butler. Outside, Jones. The feed now to Gibson. From 8. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And a lot of scorers in the NBA just demand so much attention when they have the ball. Which players you think, Clark, in your eyes, gets the most attention from a defense?
Well, I mean, how about the MVP of last season, Russell Westbrook? I mean, you can't take your eyes off of him when you're watching the game and certainly when you're playing against him. And you've got to know where Steph Curry is at all times, whether he has the ball or not. He's that dangerous. And James Harden is one of those guys who's a magnet for attention as well. And you always can throw LeBron James in any conversation about most watched players or most focused on players.
In the corner, it's Crawford. Brooks outside. The pass to Muhammad. Zhang against Gordon. And Zhang kicks to Gibson. Shoots over Biombo. No good from Gibson. Ross dishes to Augustine. Biombo. Crawford with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 5. Zhang with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Picks it out to Crawford. From deep, Brooks. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
Muhammad on the wing. He's guarded by Ross. And Zhang kicks to Gibson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnover.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And finished off by Zhang.
And if you're wondering why Zhang shoots such a high percentage from the field, look no further than effort.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. Biombo, the pass to Gordon. Orlando moving the ball around. He had a nice open look right there. Ross has got his second basket of the night.
And that's where Ross has been most efficient. Raining it off the catch. Love it.
Gordon against Gibson. Here's Zhang. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Zhang's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Out to Brooks. Dives for it, and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Magic.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
It's tipped out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Second, Karl Anthony Towns. The 3rd spot, Taj Gibson.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Jang. He feeds it to Muhammad. Back to Jang. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Muhammad. And here is Simmons. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
There's Crawford with the 3. Oh, he hits it! Oh, how about that shot?
Big time! Big time!
Incredible!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
And so it's Minnesota in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Right back after this break. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on them, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
Here's Augustine. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Down low, it's the athletic pair of Gordon and Biyombo. DJ Augustine out there with Simmons. And it's Ross in at the small forward. Brooks dishes to Jang. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Jang's got 10 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Simmons kicks to Ross. And there are the Magic with another bucket. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be dependent on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and you know, that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys to get used to what star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
Ross on the wing. He dishes it to Biyombo. Lets it go from 11. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Ross.
Feasting on the leftovers, eating big time. Ross stepping inside the arc and making it happen.
Here's Mahimi, and Mahimi with the stuff.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
For 3, Ross, and again it's Orlando with the 3.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance, and he conceded he might have to win some games 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you. Minnesota shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And Clark, you've seen so many college and NBA games. What skill or mindset do you see as the best predictor for when a college player is going to be an NBA star?
Well, it's hard to predict stardom, but clearly things that transfer from a skill standpoint from college to the NBA, at least historically, have been the ability to rebound at a high rate. That seems to always make its way from college to the pro game. And then the proficiency of your skill set in terms of ball handling, shooting, and then I would say at the point guard position, the ability to run a team usually transfers. When you can get other people's shots and understand flow and time and score and situations, that doesn't leave you from the college to the pro game.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Jang. Averaging about 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Jones comes in for Aaron Brooks. Then for the Magic, Isaacs checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Fournier comes in for Simmons, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Augustine.
And Payton has the ability to turn the Jets on in a heartbeat. When you allow him some space to get going, it's over.
And the shot goes in. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. First in rebounding, first in free throw percentage, and he's also number 2 league-wide in field goal percentage. You love his ability to score over the top of the defense.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Butler against Fournier. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. Here's Wiggins. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And not just the scoring, it was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Payton against Jones. Poked loose and stolen by Wiggins. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And slam dunk by Butler.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
The Magic trail by 8. Payton passes to Fournier. He kicks it to Ross. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Orlando, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there. And then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
And a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. The Timberwolves, number 1. The Magic in 2nd.
And these two squads really know how to capitalize on mistakes. When they get going in transition, look out.
Payton dishes to Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Boy, I love the way Payton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Jones up top. He's guarded by Fournier. Kicks it to Mahimi. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 4 assists now tonight.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Here's Vucevic from down in the low post. It goes. Vucevic has got 4 this quarter.
It's obvious down in the paint is where Vucevic is most comfortable, just utilizing his size and strength against anybody who tries to defend him.
Jones for 3. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Ball's knocked loose. Mahimi kicks to Wiggins, and Wiggins throws it down.
Going rack to rack. You see the athleticism of Wiggins, but also the tremendous effort to get down the court like that.
The Magic trail by 10. Payton outside. Pass to Vucevic. And the layup is good. Vucevic has got 10 points in the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The dish to Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
The Magic trail by 10. Payton passes to Fournier. Pass to Ross. Dishes to Vucevic. Over Mahimi. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. That's 12 points for Vucevic.
Well, I like the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Mahimi a screen. Jones dishes to Towns, and the shot is good. Towns has got the lead up to 10 now for Minnesota.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Ross kicks to Payton. And it's off the back rim, no good. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. A three-pointer, Wiggins. Launches it. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 5 assists tonight.
Nice fluid motion off the catch there, Kevin. I mean, Wiggins becoming a dangerous jump shooter.
The shot by Payton, no good. Timberwolves leading by 13. Jones with it. Now Towns. Back to Jones. Three-pointer. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Well, Clark, you had the distinct honor of playing horse against the former president of the U.S., Barack Obama. You lost that game, I don't want to remind you, but I want an honest answer. Did you let him win that contest?
Kevin, the deal is that it was an unbelievable privilege to play POTUS. We changed the letters of that game back in 2010, and I let the president up. I gave him life after I had him down, and he took advantage of turning the momentum in his favor. He won fair and square. I did give him an opportunity to win, but he's on top in that matchup, and I think it ended up being good television. And while some of my former teammates look at me with disdain for having lost a horse game to the president, I think it was all intended to end just the way it did.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Gibson.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
And they double up Peyton. And Fournier kicks to Ross. Here's Isaac. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
Well, this guy packs a nice skill set, Jonathan Isaac. Slender big man who has nice range and is a superb defender already.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And the story for Jonathan Isaac. As a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis.
The Magic trail by 16. Here's Peyton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Ross. Towns with the steal. It's Jones on the wing, covered by Peyton. A jump hook, and again it's Minnesota.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Pass to Ross. Vucevic setting the pick for Ross. 1:36 left here in the second. Pass to Isaac. Launches a 3. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist. Peyton's got 6 assists in the game.
And Isaac takes no time getting his shot off. He's got a lethal, quick release.
Gibson the screen. Jones kicks to Butler. Back to Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Butler. Minnesota working now with the new shot clock. They double him with Vucevic. Now here's Butler. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
In the corner, it's Wiggins. Offensive rebound. Back to Butler. Outside Gibson. There's the feed to Jones. 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Wiggins from outside. Again, Wiggins missing. The Magic trail by 15. Fournier in the corner. Back to Peyton. Vucevic is screen on Jones. They set the pick. Shot off the screen, and he makes that one. 16 points for Terrence Ross.
You've got to make Ross a passer in that pick and roll. I mean, he's a better scorer than he is a playmaker.
And so it's Minnesota, 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we'll be back with you shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. Nobody had an answer for Taj Gibson in the first. He had 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. And as we welcome you back, we begin our... The Magic trail by 13. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Jones and Butler in the backcourt. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward. And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. And I think he's done a nice job being aggressive and getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
The offensive rebound. Wiggins passes to Gibson. Jones kicks to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Butler. Butler's got his third basket of the night right there.
And Butler does a nice job using his body. I mean, especially when he's close to the basket, comfortable operating inside.
Over to the wing. Here's Vucevic. That one misses. And Minnesota will come the other way. They led by as many as 18 points.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
In the corner, it's Wiggins. Now the pass to Gibson. 6 to shoot. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Hey, I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Jones kicks to Towns. Higgins outside. He feeds it to Butler. He dishes it to Gibson. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. The Timberwolves, number 1.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done. And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Towns with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Gibson. Nobody back. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
The Timberwolves shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved. And Orlando coach Frank Vogel, an assistant coach and advanced scout for about a decade before his first head job with the Pacers, did a terrific job. He helped turn the Pacers into a powerhouse.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk.
Memorable. Keep that one in the career highlight reel for sure.
Vucevic. Wiggins with the rebound. And the Pacers made the playoffs 5 out of 6 seasons under Coach Vogel. Conference best 56 wins in 2014.
Yeah, and I was there during some of those wonderful runs. And for many, it was a surprise to see the Pacers look in a different direction. But it is the nature of the business for head coaches, and the former general manager, president with the Pacers, felt like it was just time for a change. So Frank Vogel's in Orlando, has some talented pieces. Now it's just about trying to make those pieces fit.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
So for the Magic, Biombo is checked in for Vucevic. Simmons comes in for Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
All right, a chance to see stats for Gibson. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging about 22 points per, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And here's Augustine. He has 6 to the paint, 5 to shoot. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here.
Looking at the Timberwolves, let's see where they rank in the NBA statistics right now.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
The Magic again can't hit.
The only place for shots like that are in shoot-around.
Exactly. I mean, that shot is one he shouldn't even think about taking.
Off the pick, and the dunk by Towns.
You know, for a guy with Towns' size, I mean, to have this level of body control, I tell you what, it's no wonder the contact didn't bother the shot.
Augustine with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Simmons. 16 points for Aaron Gordon.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Jones kicks to Towns. Down low. And stolen by Biyombo. They push it up 4-on-3. Here's Simmons. Basket good. Simmons got his second bucket of the night.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Towns the screen. Now Jones. He's got 6. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 16 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Well, I like watching him get after it on the glass now, staying active, and usually that leads to good things.
Here's Jones. He kicks to Towns. Butler in the corner. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Minnesota making a switch here. Mahimi's checked in. The Magic trail by 15. Lob pass to Gordon. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Mahimi with a wide open look. That shot off. The Magic go the other way with it. Here's Simmons, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. 8 points for him.
The defense just too soft on that possession. You have to be closer and contest at the rim.
And Towns gets it to go.
And I like the decisions Butler makes with the ball. He's a solid passer and really has a nice feel for how to get his teammates open and clean looks.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And the Magic just went through, Clark, the worst 5-year stretch in franchise history.
Yep, and how about the second worst winning percentage in the league? That's where they've been the last half decade. And some failed trades, misses on some draft picks. They've got a really good young coach, though, I think, in Frank Vogel. Had some tough luck in the lottery along the way. At some point, you have to start creating and crafting your own luck. And I think they will. I really do. Frank has proven himself as a good coach. I think it's just a matter of time before the Magic start trending north.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Minnesota making some changes. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Wiggins. Crawford comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in for Tyus Jones. And a change for the Magic. Ross is checked in. There's the pick. Augustine against Brooks. Shot clock at 6. Biyombo. Second shot opportunity. Can't get it to fall. Minnesota leading by 15. Out to Brooks. In the corner, it's Crawford. Tips it, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Hey, scoring off misses, that's easy buckets. Something Towns has the length and tenacity to do on a regular basis.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Down low. And that's good from Bismack Biyombo on the assist by Gordon. Biyombo's got his first bucket of the night. Brooks kicks to Mahimi. Now here's Brooks. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Towns, the screen. Here's Mahimi. It's hauled in by the Magic. Gordon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Augustine against Brooks. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. And here's Biyombo. Here's Simmons. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Towns. Ross with the steal. Outside, Simmons to the middle. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Gordon.
And right now, Gordon is on a whole nother level now. I mean, he's not forcing anything. He's really letting the game come to him, and his shots are being taken right in rhythm.
Towns is doubled. Kicks it to Crawford. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 9 assists now tonight.
And, you know, that's good offense there. These are the shots you want to get all the time.
Brooks against Augustine. Passes to Biyombo. And he banks in the layup. Biyombo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Minnesota making some changes. Orgie Dangs checked in for Mahimi, and Jones subbed in for Brooks. Here's Jones. He has 6. Towns, high post. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Towns, the screen. There's Crawford with the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Crawford's got 8 points.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Doubled by Crawford. It's stolen by Jones. Augustine with the steal. Here's Simmons. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Simmons got 10 points in just the second half. Timberwolves leading by 12. And Zhang kicks to Muhammad. The dish to Towns. Towns is doubled and stolen by Biyombo. For 3, Ross. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Towns has got 22 points.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And Aaron Gordon, a natural power forward, but he was asked to play at small forward last season alongside Serge Ibaka.
And Gordon was willing to try it, Kevin, to his credit, looking to expand his skill set. He's not a shooter right now, and however, with his leaping ability, I think it makes sense to perhaps keep him close to the rim.
For the Magic, Vucevic, he's checked in for Biyombo. Isaac comes in for Gordon, and it's Payton in for Augustine. Ross kicks to Payton, takes the 3, and again it's Orlando with the 3.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
There's Crawford with the 3. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
And, you know, we all know about Jang's high motor. Defensively, you can't just let him float around the glass. You've got to get a body on him.
Knocked loose. Jones drives in. Payton with some nice D.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
No good from Simmons. Minnesota leading by 8. Crawford outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Crawford's got 7 points for the quarter. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Ross against Muhammad. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ross kicks to Vucevic. Dishes it to Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. There's the pick. Vucevic to the pass to Ross. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Seconds left in the third. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Minnesota going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We come back right after this. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Keep digging, man. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting every loose ball. Make it hard on them. Make them hard.
And there's Tom Thibodeau focusing on the toughness and efforts he'd like to see from his team.
Yeah, he wants them to just leave no stone unturned, take advantage of every opportunity, and that's going to be the roadmap to success.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And so in the game for the Magic, Payton is out there with Simmons. And it's Vucevic. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Isaac in at the 4. And it's put back in by Vucevic.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Jones kicks to Muhammad. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
Yeah, I think this is an area where Muhammad can improve, quite honestly, Kevin. An increase in range, I think, would help set the rest of his game up nicely.
Payton dishes to Ross. Goes up on the high post. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Jones, the pass to Gibson. They double him with Vucevic. Here's Crawford. That one a little long. The Magic trail by 9. And a wide open look for Simmons. No good with the triple. Pass to Jang. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, there's the unselfishness. Jang is a more natural finisher than setup man, but more important, he always thinks team first.
Crawford kicks to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Isaac, defended by Gibson. Tipped away. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ross. Another miss by Orlando. Timberwolves leading by 13. Muhammad dishes to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Boy, good job firing the pass inside there. I mean, all his teammate had to do was catch and finish.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. There's the pick. Payton with the ball. Jones covering. Ross against Muhammad. Ross passes to Vucevic. Over Gibson, and Gibson sends it back.
And Gibson just out here to play hard defense, showing great awareness coming up there with that block.
Crawford kicks to Gibson. Muhammad dishes to Crawford. Pass to Gibson. They double in with Vucevic. Ross with it. Great D that time from Gibson.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and you know, the ball moves faster than anybody's can, so that great ball movement and decision making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
Payton in the corner to end the drought. Buries it from three-point range.
Man, Payton sees the game so well. When he has room for the catch and shoot, he doesn't hesitate or take long to get it off.
Crawford passes to Jones. Feeds it to Gibson. That shot misses. Great D that time from Vucevic. Here's Payton. From down in the low post, it goes. Payton's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you can tell Payton has put a bunch of work into that floater. Getting it off quickly before the defense can react is the key.
Gibson lays it up off the glass.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Pass to Isaac. And there's the feed to Vucevic. Here's Isaac. Jang defending. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Isaac.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And the Timberwolves call time. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Minnesota making some changes. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Muhammad. And it's Butler in for Jamal Crawford. Gordon's checked in for the Magic. Evan Fournier comes in for Simmons. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Thank you, David. Jones kicks to Zhang and finished off by Zhang.
Well, mark another one up for Zhang. Has more offensive potential than people gave him credit for coming out of college, proving the naysayers flat wrong.
Vucevic dishes to Payton. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
To the middle. Here's Zhang, and finished off by Zhang.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Payton passes to Vucevic. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Really impressive seeing a guy like Vucevic carve up the defense with his peripheral vision and passing. So good at spotting the open man.
Wiggins outside. There's the pass to Butler. And Jones has it in the corner. To the inside. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Jones. And that's now 11 points for Andrew Wiggins. The Magic trail by 10. Payton outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Payton against Jones. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul. Payton kicks to Gordon. Poked away. It's stolen by Jones.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin. No doubt about it with their turnovers in the second half.
Dunking is easy for Jimmy Butler. He's an athlete. He's got good size, and he knows how to use that vertical of his to throw it down.
Payton kicks to Fournier. Payton outside. Pass to Isaac. Fires the 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Isaac's got 8 points in the quarter.
And, you know, Isaac is a versatile player now. He scores in a lot of ways. Can't allow him to get too comfortable.
Butler from outside. Zhang dishes to Butler. Connects from three-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Pass to Isaac. He feeds it to Vucevic. Clock at 6. Here's Isaac. Gordon kicks to Payton. Poked away. Fournier against Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
Butler not afraid of getting bodied up on the drive. I mean, he'll work right through that contact and finish at the basket.
Payton against Jones. Payton passes to Vucevic. Outside Gordon. Launches it. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Right side Gibson. Back to Jones. Payton on the double team. Here's Zhang. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Though Zhang has developed a pretty good outside shot, this is where you want him operating, in the painted area.
Here's the screen. Gordon a screen. Payton dishes to Vucevic. Here's Gordon. Again, the Magic score.
Boy, I like seeing Gordon work on that jump shot of his. He's going to need to knock it down consistently at his position to be one of the best in the league.
Wiggins drives in. Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display.
Yes, sir. Power and grace. That had it all.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And with Andrew Wiggins, you know he can be deadly from mid-range, but he's seen an uptick in scoring, Clark, because he's been focusing on all the little things you need to master as a perimeter wing threat.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He has been focusing on those intangible, those small things that are big things in making a difference in how efficient you are on offense. He's improved his play running the pick and roll every year. He's excellent in transition and off cuts, and has really worked on becoming a better finisher off the screen and roll handoff.
One guy who's getting it done is Taj Gibson.
I don't think the defense has an answer for him, Kevin. I mean, he's simply going off right now, knocking down everything.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Jang. And Fournier kicks to Payton. Inside. Jones the pass to Wiggins. And now Orlando on the break. Isaac with the ball. The shot's good from Fournier.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter every season he's been in the league.
Butler in the corner. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Pick by Vucevic. Butler against Fournier. Back to Payton. Lets the three fly. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
And knocking down a bunch of them, too. Outstanding shooting in this fourth quarter.
And the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, terrific scoring effort from Towns here tonight, Kevin. When he gets on a roll like this, very, very difficult to slow him down.
There's the screen. Picked by Vucevic. Payton kicks to Fournier. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Minnesota leading by 12. They double in with Vucevic. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Isaac. Misses off the right iron.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
And Towns, the bucket on the assist by Jones. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Minnesota.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And looking at the trajectory of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year. So this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series here against the Magic.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Karl Anthony Towns.
you have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that